Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to your February 2022 reading with me, Intuitive Rene. I hope 2022 is treating you well so far. I sort of skipped the January readings because life, but I'm hoping that I'm back on track and we will have the videos coming up for you on a regular basis. So these month ahead readings are released, or should be released, the Friday before the end of the month, or should we say Friday before the new month. So that's why these videos are now being released in time for the 1st of February, so that you have a little bit of time to watch the video, to watch the reading, to absorb the information, and be prepared for what the month ahead has in store for you. So there are individual readings for each sign of the zodiac. The process of the reading is done exactly the same for all 12, but obviously the context and the information that comes through will be different for each of the 12 readings. You can watch, the main one that you need to watch is for your sun sign, which is the zodiac that you all know. When people say, oh, what star sign are you? Whatever your answer is to that based on your date of birth, it's where it's where the sun was at the time of your birth, and that is your sun sign. And the zodiacs, these readings that I'm doing, are really based on your sun sign. If you know your moon sign, if you know your rising sign, you are more than welcome to watch those videos as well, to understand yourself a bit better as far as your personality and your emotions and all of those other things. I don't want to go into a whole astrology lesson for you now, but you absolutely can watch those videos to get a little bit more insight into you. I have changed the format of these month ahead readings. So I'm using quite a few cards, and I'm hoping that it's going to give you detailed information to guide you through the month. I would also advise, obviously, watch it now before the month starts, and then do come back and watch it during the month. Maybe set a reminder on your phone to come back sort of halfway through the month, or 10 days in and then 20 days in, and so on. If or any time that you are experiencing a challenge or a problem, or you're not sure which way to go or what's going on. So the video is available to you all the time. You could also even come back to it in March and look at it again and do a bit of an analysis of what was said was going to take place and what actually did. So it could be quite interesting to look at it retrospectively as well. So as I said, there is a video for each sign of the zodiac. Everybody's getting this intro message. It just saves me repeating myself 12 times and that type of thing. So we're now going to go straight into your particular reading, and I do hope you enjoy. At this point, I do want to ask, if you haven't already done, please do consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a like and a comment. Just lets YouTube know that you've enjoyed it, and it'll help my channel grow and reach more people. So the more people engage and interact with my videos, the more YouTube goes, okay, let's show this to more people, and then that way we actually spread the word a little bit. So as a way of showing appreciation and gratitude for what I do for you as a free service, please do consider a thumbs up, a comment, and if you haven't already done so, please do hit the subscribe. And yeah, let's get into your particular reading. Right, so Taurus, welcome. As you can see, I have two decks on the table here in front of me, and these are the two decks that we're going to be working with for your reading. We have got my favorite oracle, which is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn, and this is the Dark Mansion Tarot, because it's pretty, because it's gorgeous. So let's get straight into it. So I have shuffled the cards before I started the recording, but I do like to shuffle once I have you on camera with me. This is going to give us our theme for the month ahead. So Taurus, the theme for February 2022. Okay, cards are shuffled. Let's just cut the deck or pick a card, that one over there, and let's see what is your theme for February 2022. Look at that, miracles. How awesome is that, Taurus? Miracles. I love how we've got the rainbows. I love how, we can see the stars in the sky. We can see everything. And I think, there's nothing fantastic happening on this particular card, but every single thing, from the plants and the trees down here to the mountains, to the stars, to the rainbows, isn't everything just a miracle? It's not like one extraordinary, miraculous kind of situation, but it's about recognizing how life is just full of miracles every single day. And we need to be aware, we need to be mindful. So I do think, as a theme for the month ahead, I think this is going to be wonderful. So, Taurus, this is Spirit saying to you, take nothing for granted, okay? Take nothing for granted. Be mindful and be aware of everything that's going on around you, and try and see everything as a miracle. Try and see everything as just truly spectacular and truly amazing and truly wonderful, and recognize that, there is a higher force at play here. And if we're grateful and aware of everything that's going on around us, we have the opportunity to have more of the good. So I am an absolute advocate for what you focus on and what you think about is what you manifest and attract into your life. So when you're looking for miracles, when you're acknowledging the miracles that are happening in your life, you're basically saying to Spirit, can I have more of that? So I think as a theme, it's going to be awesome. All right. So Taurus, as you can see, I'm already shuffling the deck. I did shuffle before we started, and I'm going to lay the cards straight out, and I'm going to turn them straight over, just so that I don't waste too much of your time, trying to shuffle and pick cards. And I'm just going to lay them all out, and once they're all laid out, we will start talking about what I see, what's coming through, what is significant, what does Spirit need us to be aware of. Aren't the images just so beautiful and the colors just so vibrant? Okay, all our cards are laid out. Taurus, let's have a look and see. I'm just getting a kind of overview of what's happening. So from a major arcana point of view, it looks like we've only got the two. Looks like swords is our predominant ones as well, maybe. All right, so Taurus, let's get straight into it. We're starting with our very first card over here. We need to understand that February is about curiosity, progress, development, understanding, okay? Because those are the key words all associated with the Page of Pentacles. You can see how he's holding this piece of money, all right? This object, and he's looking at it going like, wow, look how big it is, look how shiny it is, look how gorgeous it is. And and the fact that he's standing out in nature, we've got fields behind him, we've got plants and flowers happening in front of him. He's dressed up beautifully, he's wearing his absolute best. He's looking his best, he's feeling his best, his behavior. But he's like, wow, he's so taken by the opportunity, by the miracle that's been placed right in front of him. And this is something that you need to. So it looks like February, the whole month of February, is going to be about you experiencing everything on a different level, suddenly seeing things through different eyes, and suddenly being aware of change, of different, of opportunities that are available to you. Sorry, it seems we had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but we are back. So Page of Pentacles is like really the way that you're coming into February. So February 2022, Taurus, you're coming into it with this kind of curiosity, with this kind of excitement, with this kind of passion of like really wanting to explore things a little bit more, about getting a closer look and a better understanding of everything that's going on around you, and the circumstances, and just to bring our miracles back into it. We need to look at everything as if it is a miracle, as if it's come into your life, or as if it's happened through miraculous ways and miraculous means and miraculous anything, because it seems like that is the theme, the object, and the way that February is going to be for you. Now, the issue that we have, okay, and Taurus, I call it an issue on purpose. The issue that we have here is this Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords, you can see how he is charging ahead. You can see how he's not really planning or strategizing. He's just like, let's do this, okay? He's running in or jumping in or rushing into things without really being thoughtful. You can see by the way that his cape is blowing, that the wind is blowing in a different direction. Look at the stormy clouds brewing above him. Even the horse looks a little bit fear-stricken. The horse is like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're getting into. But he's like, no, let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go. I know we're curious, I know we're super eager, and I know we're super enthusiastic. But Taurus, this is Spirit saying to you, recognize that enthusiasm, recognize that eagerness that you have to grasp, to understand, to comprehend, to have, to do, to all of these kind of things. But you need to find a way of reeling yourself in a little bit. You need to not be so quick to rush into anything during the month of February, because if we do, we're going to end up with a couple of challenges. We need to be a little bit more in control of our actions, of our activities, and also of our strategies. Okay, so it's about that curiosity, it's about the miracles, it's about recognizing all of that, but it's about not rushing unless the timing is absolutely perfect, unless everything is laid out and set out the way that it needs to. Don't rush in too soon, because you will set yourself up for disaster. All right, so the challenge that we have for you, Taurus, in the month of February is finding that way of holding back, finding that way of just, keeping some of your energy back before you release it all at once. Okay, what we have, okay, now I know, Taurus, the fact that we had that swords card over there and we've got a swords card over here is confirmation how, you are a thinker. You, during February, you're going to find yourself, your mind is going to be running, 10 to the dozen. You're going to be so busy. There's going to be so much going on in your mind, and you're going to be thinking about everything and anything. And there's like just so much going on around you. But it is important. It is important that at the foundation of everything that happens in the month of February, that you have a solid plan, that you have a solid understanding of the risk analysis. I really want to throw project management kind of skills at you here and say risk management, understanding the what ifs, understanding the potentials of what could happen and what could go wrong and all the rest of it is the most important thing that you need to be focusing on, and not rushing in unnecessarily, even though you're enthusiastic and even though you're eager and all of that. But it is about having, I mean, just look at that non-expression on his face. He knows exactly who and what he is. He's got a strategy, but he's also has the ability to be patient and to hold back and to wait until everything has been resolved and figured out the way that it needs to be. And what's really interesting here, Taurus, is the fact that, this card is basically saying that it's been a long, hard road for you to get to this place of where you are at the moment. It hasn't come easy. It hasn't come naturally to you. You've had to struggle. You've had to work really hard on yourself, on your enthusiasm, on your belief system, on your understanding, on your comprehension of everything that you've got going on around you. You've had to work really, really hard. It hasn't been easy. And sometimes you've thought to yourself, what am I doing? Am I doing it the right way? Is things going to happen? And this is where these miracles come into play, because what we've got here with the Five of Swords is saying, sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone. And sometimes we have to do things that we're not proud of, that we're not happy with, that's not really who we are. This is about being the villain from time to time. And you haven't liked being that person. You haven't liked being that villain. You're not that kind of person. It's not who you are. But you recognize that sometimes in life you just have to do that. And I do think that's where these miracles come into play. So Taurus, Spirit is saying to you, it's not about being the villain, okay? Because if you just rush off and be the villain and take charge and take over and do things, you're going to have a problem. But it's about recognizing that you've come to this point, you've come to this place in your life because you've had to do that in the past. And you now understand how past actions and behaviors have created and brought you to where you are right now, which is a place of strength, happiness, and joy. And that in itself is a miracle. And it's about recognizing that miracle. It's about noticing the miracle that you haven't destroyed everything, that you haven't created chaos, that you've actually navigated circumstances really, really well. Okay? Really, really well. Now, it's interesting as well that this next card, which is the support that's available to you, what we have here with the support, and this is support from Spirit, is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the card of connection. It's the card of commitment. It's the card of two people connecting with each other, working towards a common goal, working towards the same kind of scenario. And I think this is Spirit saying to you that during the month of February, you're not on your own, okay? You're not facing anything on your own. The miracle is the support that's available to you, and how spirit and other people, I'm even going to bring your ancestors into it, because that's what I'm seeing with this. That's what I'm getting with this. This is spirit confirming that whatever it is that you're facing in the month of February, you're going to start off with that kind of, excitement and enthusiasm and curiosity. We're going to hold back on the charging in. We're going to remain level headed. We're going to understand all that's there for us, but we need to understand the miracles that are taking place all the time. The miracles that are happening for you is the fact that you've got support. There are people around you anytime who are able to support you and help you. There are spirit available. But in order for this to happen, in order for you to have the support that you need to look for it. You need to be aware. You need to be mindful. This is who you used to be. This is not who you are anymore. Okay? You are no longer that villain, but you've had to be in the past. And I do think it's been worthwhile. Okay? So if you're carrying any kind of baggage around that Taurus, this is spirit saying, let it go. Okay? There's no need to hold that kind of, like I was a bad person, or I did bad things, or I could have handled that differently, or I could have handled that better. The past has taken place, and this is spirit saying to you, it's done and dusted. What's important now is the way that we move forward. And Taurus, it looks like the month of February is going to be fairly simple. I haven't spoken about the rest of the cards, but just looking at them, it looks like you're going to enjoy a lot of success in the month of February in whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're working on. And you've got the support of spirit. You've got spirit being right there with you. Guiding you on your way, but you have to acknowledge the miracles. You have to acknowledge the success and the opportunities that have been presented to you, and not be so quick to rush in, but to keep your wits about you and to think and have a clear strategy around everything. Now, we've got the Knight of Swords, and here our next one that we have is the Knight of Cups, and this is where we're moving to. This is the challenge that we have, and this is where we're going. And it's quite interesting to actually see that the horses are moving in a completely opposite directions. So our Knight of Swords is going to the past, because that is the challenge that we have, is that sometimes we rush in too quickly, but actually what we want is we want more controlled, more focused kind of steps, knowing exactly what we're working towards and what we're all about. So when I look at this Knight of Cups, you can see how proud he is, how confident he is. Even his horse is taking sure steps, even though he's stepping out of his comfort zone, stepping off the land and into the water. That horse is not afraid. The clouds are beautiful. There's tranquility, there's happiness. And you know what? He's drinking from the cup of love. He's experiencing all of that, and he's ready to show his commitment. Yeah, we had commitment as well. He's ready to show his commitment. He's ready to step forward, with all of that enthusiasm. So it's almost like we've grown up. We've come from this young person who was so curious that they didn't really think about the strategy. And where you are now is somebody's like, you know what, all grown up. Yes, Taurus, you're all grown up. And you're all grown up, but you've also, you know exactly what it is that you need to do, what it is you want to do, and how you're going to go about doing it. But again, the only kind of, if I had to say, the only kind of thing that Spirit is saying be mindful of is reacting too quickly. Because if you react too quickly, if you respond too quickly, if you're focusing on the past, that's this one over here, or on moving forward too quickly, you're going to find yourself in sticky waters. We need to rather just be level-headed, be confident, be comfortable, and take confident steps forward while focusing on the miracles that are happening around you all the time. So Taurus, the other thing, what we've got over here, it's always very interesting when you sort of get an understanding of how people perceive you, or how people see you, or what people think about you, okay? And what we've got over here in that, to answer that particular question, is people see you as not really taking opportunities. People see you as being a little bit bored and disinterested. But the truth of the matter is, you're being strategic. All right, you wanna like grab, but actually you're holding back, and you're saying, I'm not going to rush into it. I'm going to be a little bit more strategic. So you may find people reacting in a different way to that. You may find people saying to you, why are you just sitting there? Go and do that, do that. And you've got to learn how to handle the people and not be so quick to rush, but rather when people are saying to you, why are you not taking the opportunity? Why are you not doing that? When you get that kind of pressure from family, friends, work acquaintances, just, people in general, you've got to learn how to sort of say to them, you know what, all in good time. I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. I'm sticking with my plan. I'm focusing on one miracle at a time. I'm focusing on one thing at a time. And when the time is right, I will grab the opportunity that is there. But you're going to find it very interesting, Taurus, how people are not seeing you in your true light, but people are seeing you as being disinterested when actually the truth of the matter is you're really, really interested. And it's just a reminder how, perceptions, and that brings me back to that one as well, perceptions. So whatever's going on for you in the month of February, like I said, don't be too quick, don't react too quickly. Doesn't matter what kind of pressure you get from other people. Stay on your path. Stay on the journey that you're on. Be enthusiastic, be curious, be all of those things, but also be practical. Okay, be practical. Now, I love this hanged man. He's so quirky, he's so different, he looks a little bit Dracula-ish. He's hanging upside down just like his friend the bat. And he's even got a little bit of, like I said, Dracula. But look at his hands behind his back. He's doing this on purpose, okay? He's not in any kind of danger. He's not being tortured in any way. And the message of this particular card for you, Taurus, is saying, you know, this is what how people are seeing you, but this is how you're actually feeling. So you're actually feeling a little bit peculiar, a little bit different, a little bit like, different from anybody else. And that is actually exactly how you should be feeling. You don't want to be the same as everybody else. You don't want to be, just a carbon copy of anybody else. You want to be your own person, and you know what you're doing. You know what it is you're working towards and what it is that's going on in your life, and you have the patience, because that's the thing that we've determined by these top cards, is having the patience to wait for the right moment, to wait for the right opportunity, but also to see things for what they are, to see things how they are, and to be honest with yourself around what is truly important and necessary. So, Taurus, people are going to see you as wasting time and not moving fast enough, and you're just going to smile at them politely and say, it's okay, I've got this, I know what I'm doing. So there's that kind of confidence that's coming through, which I really, really like. And for the whole month, as long as we are focusing on the miracles, on the small things, and not just expecting one big miracle, but all the little miracles along the way. Now, I do have to acknowledge at this point, Taurus, this is Spirit saying to you, it's been a long, hard road. It hasn't been easy to get to where you are. And bringing this card into it as well, it's very clear and it's very evident that it has been a long, hard, difficult road for you. 2021 and possibly even December, January, November, December, January, like the last 3 months, you've had to really climb out of your comfort zones. You've had to really, do things that you're not proud of, that you're not happy with, that you feel like, that's not who I am. I'm not that person, okay? And it's taken its toll on you. And sometimes you've had these thoughts of, is it ever going to get any better? Is it ever going to improve? Am I ever going to arrive and achieve the things that I want and set out for myself? So it's almost like Spirit wanting to just acknowledge this road that you're walking on, that's going to lead you all the way. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus, all the way to your home over there. And I have now broken the camera. So Taurus, this is Spirit acknowledging that it's not, miracles don't happen overnight, they don't happen instantly, there's a process. And this is Spirit saying, we see you, we see you, we see how long and hard and difficult this journey has been. But if you're staying committed, if you're staying on track, if you're not rushing into anything but keeping your wits about you, it's going to be okay. Reach out for help and know exactly the steps that you have to take. It's about that perfect moment, and if you can hold on to that, and if you can hold out for that, you are going to reach the destination. And I know that for absolute certainty because of our last card. So Taurus, what we have, the outcome of February, the way that February is going to unfold for you, is this beautiful Magician card. Now, you can see he's got a little bit of the scientist vibe going on. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the camera, there we go, to focus so that you can see him. So we've got this bit of a scientist vibe going on here, and you can see he's doing experiments. He's got all the things that he needs in order to achieve. So he's got all the ingredients. You can see all his books behind him and all his things. So he's about using what he has around him to achieve the objectives. So he doesn't just throw a couple of things together and hope for a positive outcome. He's got a recipe, he's got a plan, and he knows that, okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that will achieve me the outcome that I'm looking for. And this is who you need to be during the month of February. So Taurus, it's about knowing the plan. It's about being enthusiastic, creative. It's about being practical in all that you do, not rushing into anything, making sure that you have that solid plan, that you know exactly, and wait for that right moment, regardless of what other people have to say to you. And if you can do that, and if you can stay strong in those ways, the miracles are all around you. And I do want to encourage you to count your blessings, to count the miracles, to be mindful every single day. Look around you for those miracles, because the more miracles you notice, the more miracles are going to happen for you in this month. All right. So, Taurus, I do wish you an amazing month of February. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, a little message, a little comment below, just to help the algorithms and to let YouTube know to share this video and to make it available to other people as well. Thank you for your love and support. I hope February brings you everything that your heart desires and so much more. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Take care, Taurus.